Let me help you there. Let me help you there. Can you see this goes underneath that bit there? Now you just flick it down and push it with me. Push it with me all the way down. And then not finished, not finished. You've got to get it underneath that thing there. And it slips in. There you go. It's for you to do. When you try it, I'll hold this for you. And let it go in. There you go. Now push it in. Push it down. No. You're going to push this down. There you go. And once it's in, you lock that in like that, okay? So that should be in now. Right, you can see it's nicely lined up on the side there. Go. So now you're going to put the hard drive in. Push it. No, you're going to push it in nicely. You'll hear a noise. It's almost like clicks in. That's it. There you go. I lift it all up. And what is this? Do you know?
It's the CPU.
What? CPU what?
CPU.
Well done. And yeah, so I'll help you unbox this. It's not heavy. Now we're gonna look at the case, this is how we're gonna wire everything up, okay? You can unscrew this. Alright, simple. How it comes out? Quite easy, isn't it? Comes out. So to show you, this is where the SSD hard drive will go. The normal SSD hard drive will fit in there. Okay. That's one of them. Big hard drive here. This one here will go in there like that. Okay. And this is a slim CD-ROM, which is quite nice. Which is quite nice. So basically, so this will go now. Yusuf, are you paying attention? This will be fitted inside here somehow, I think. I hope I've got the right size. And it should just literally go into here like that. So, okay, so it just slits inside, but we'll do that later. So all this stuff will need to go in first, okay?
Okay.
So now let's prepare ourselves with the cooler next. So the cooler is what we're going to do is install that somehow onto this bit here, fan. And we'll prepare that next, okay? So it's time to put the motherboard in, okay? So what you're going to do for me, you're going to help me put that in there slowly. But you know this bit here, these bits here, we'll look at USBs and connectors are. They're going to stick out in the box here, the case. It's going to stick out on their side here, okay? Yeah, so it's going to go. And exactly as it is right now in here, that's how it's going to go on there, okay? So what we're going to do next is we're going to have a look. We're going to lift up nicely. And you're going to lift up nicely. You're going to go on. Do not drop it. Hold it. You're holding it? Yeah. Slowly place it. Remember there's a little wire there, so you've got to miss the... Don't let it touch anything. Okay, stop. Stop it. Let's have a look. You dropped it in there, that's fine. This wire there. Put it back in there. So hold on. That's it. Look what you're doing. You're holding the RAM. You're not supposed to hold the RAM. That's supposed to be a safe place there. But let's have a look to see what's going on here. Okay. It's a bit delicate, this bit. But what I need you to do, slowly place the thing on here. Okay, see it's sort of slotted in?
Yeah.
So your job now is going to be to line it up with the screws there.
Yeah.
Screws there. Can you lift up slightly and line it up into that one? Nicely. The other one lined up, it's a bit dark there, so you can't really see, can you?
This one isn't lined up.
So line it up for me. Yeah? Don't move around too much. Lined up nicely?
Yeah.
There you go. Now, this is ready. The screw's ready. It's magnetic, which is really useful. There you go. Nice and easy. Don't tighten it too much, just enough to hold it down, okay? So we're going to now try to put the graphics card on. It's an old graphics card. We'll try with this one first. And hopefully it will just do the job for your basic stuff. So this is our graphics card. It's going to go in like this. As you can see, the little space here that it needs to go into. So what you need to do is take the top one off here. Okay, can you unscrew that one for me?
Both of them.
This one. Okay. Done it? Bit. I'll be even struggling with this. There you go. Screw this on for me.
Okay.
Other way. Is it going in at all? Do you feel it going in?
Yeah. So.
Okay, same thing again. This one. There you go. Well, first of all, we're going to figure out where am I going to put the power supply inside, because there's not one there yet. So first thing I need to do is take the top bit off. So we're going to learn how to do the top bit. So can you undo the screws for there for me? I've already done parts of it. Unscrew that. But use two hands. Come on, you can do it. Keep your hands straight.
What happened?
The other way. That's it. Keep it straight and then turn. That's it.
What happened to the old power supply?
Well, old power supply, it didn't work. It was faulty because it's a second-hand old one. It didn't work. So we're going to replace the old one with a new one we bought. And we're going to see if we can put the power supply in now. So undo the next one as well. There's two of them, and that will take the top off. That's it. You have to keep it straight. Never turn. That's it. Keep it straight and now turn hard. You can do it. You're turning.
Yeah, turn.
Good work. That's it. Turn. Keep it straight. You're not keeping it straight. That's it. Push in and keep it straight. That's it. You're turning. If you're turning easy, then you take it off. That's it. I'm hoping the top bit comes off now. Okay. That's it. It looks like it's moving. There we go. This is what I want to see. So now we get the top bit off. We initially. Do you remember we had trouble putting this top bit on, and now I realise you can take the top off. So you learn little things as you go along. Not always. Okay, so I'll ask you to put this screw on in a minute when I need it. Okay, so we'll do that last. For now, we're going to see how we're going to put this power supply on.
I don't know this cable.
Right, so we're going to now get the power supply out. Let's move this up a bit more. I'm going to show you where the power supply goes. Now this is a bit tricky. So we've got this new power supply. It's made by the same company that made the case.
The Cougar.
Cougar, yeah. So we'll now attempt to, and probably show it to them what it looks like. So it's not the most expensive one, but it's a VTE500. It's a 500 watt bronze 80 plus. So it's quite efficient power supply. It should be more than enough to cope with this motherboard. Okay. So now we're going to try. Show you how this goes. Now, they did say only certain type of power supply will fit. When I bought this from Amazon, the picture showed me, I'll show you what the picture showed. This bit here, the 3-pin, that one that way, was facing upward on the picture. But when I bought it, got it here, opened up, it's facing the wrong way. Okay? But according to the case makers, the same people are there, this is the wrong type. I'm going to see if it still works because I need to get it to work. And it might not work. Let's try it. Yeah, so he's going to go inside. So if I straighten up for you and get it ready. Come, you hold it. Just turn, slowly turn. It should. Keep it straight. You're not keep looking at the angle. Keep it straight. And that's it. Yeah, not to touch, not to touch. It doesn't need to be tight. Okay? Next one again. That one in there. Now we're going to turn it around again. We're going to look at all the stuff that we're going to need. First thing we're going to need is a lot of wires, yes. We might not need them all because there's not that much stuff connecting to this. So, one thing we will need, I wonder how we're going to do this. So these are power supplies for different things. This is for the graphics card. We don't need it because we haven't got those sort of graphics. These are power supplies for different things. But a special one that we need right now.
I see the L shape.
So this is a tough one, but I'm going to do this one quickly because it'll be easier sometimes. So you just aim it inside there, put it in that place. Oh, the one side open now.
It just slots in.
It slots in, but you've got to hear the click. There you go.
I heard it.
That's it. That can stay there nicely, and this will now go, if I can reach all the way up there.
I can.
You can do this one, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. It only goes one way, okay? So if you look at the little grooves on there, can you see the grooves here? Look.
I can see the grooves.
Can you see one side is slightly rounded shape?
Yeah.
So that rounded shape will match that rounded shape.
So this will be at the bottom of there.
Do you think so? So you could either go this way.
I guess that way. It's that way. No, other way. Yeah, that way. So that's. I'm turning it now.
So make sure you go the right way.
That way.
Try to put it. No. Try to put it around this. Hold on.
Yeah, that way.
And come out and go in. Okay.
So the big lumpy.
You will only go away one way. Okay.
It out.
That's it. It's a little clip that clips on. Not too hard so it doesn't break the motherboard.
Yeah.
Okay. Always remember that. That's it. That's good. All right. Now it's ready to power up almost. Actually, you could test it by putting this on.
Why is it covered in like the snaky thing? Why is it covered in the snaky thing?
Because it protects it.
Oh.
So these are not protected well enough. But these are main power. There's a lot of power going through there, so it just protects it a bit more. Which is quite good. That's what we need. So power supply's on. Now we had a problem with the cooler, didn't we? So let's open the cooler up and see how we can get that one in there.
Was the cooler too big?
Well, we had to buy a new cooler because the last one that we bought it. What brand was it now?
Why couldn't you use the old
We bought a Corsair.
Yeah,
Corsair, that's it. Cooler, which didn't work at all because it was way too big for that case. I couldn't get in there anyhow to do it. So now we've got this one here,
Is this a better
which is a Coolmaster. But after I opened it, you'll see it's a nice one.
Is it a better cooler?
It's got light on it, but I had a choice between the light one and non-light one, and they're both the same price. I thought I wanted to go for
that's
the
good.
slightly better model as well. This one.
There's the thing you take off and stick
So
it
this
there.
model is called Coolmaster ML120L RGB. So it's got RGB light. The only problem is I don't think it's got the RGB headers on there, which basically powers the light. So we're going to try this out first. Alright. Let's come around here. If you can get the box for me, sorry. If you can get the box for me.
This.
Not that big. Alright, so what you're doing now is you're preparing the CPU cooler, you're turning it the wrong way. If you turn it this way, it'll go, but not too tight, okay? Just as it stops moving, that's when you stop. That's it. Carry on. Is it going in?
No, hold on.
Always check it's going in the right place. Is it going inside right now?
Yeah, I think it's done.
Okay, it's done. Let's feel it quickly. I don't want to over tighten it. That's perfect. So we'll do the other one as well.
Why did you get a new CPU cooler?
Because the other one, as I said earlier on, I think it was when it fits in here, it was too big. For some reason, this one's got a pump on the top here. That's the pump that circulates the water. Other one had the pump on here, which is quite big. So it was so big, I couldn't put it in anywhere. So I'm hoping this is thinner on the radiator. It's called the radiator. If it's thinner there, it might fit in better. That's all. So I'm hoping that it does that.
Is the old CPU cooler big enough for the other PC?
Yeah, it's still a small one. To be honest, CPU cooler just is, I probably could have used a normal air cooler. So do you want to turn the screen for me?
Green.
Oh no, you missed it. But hold on, that's how it screws on nicely, see? Oh, it's still going in. Still going in, let go. Still going in. They're trying to. The wrong way, you're turning it the wrong way. You're turning it the wrong way. Oh, okay. That's good. Just a little bit more. Come on. I'll target it. There you go. Alright, that's fine. What I'm surprised about, there's no washers to So there's 4 of these to put on. Okay, now we're going to think about this. How do you want this to be placed? Do you want it wires facing that way? Wires facing to the fan? Or the RAM? Or more stuff on the top? I think there's more space lower below.
Yeah.
I think we should do it that way. Alright, so now we're going to screw the radiator on. Right, what do you think? Now it fits in quite nicely, I think, because the other one didn't work as well. So what I have to do, I have to turn it. You see how I'm turning the thingy?
Yeah.
So I have to do turn that round and round until we're down far enough.
There's still some wires in.
Mm-hmm. Where it gets complicated. How am I supposed to get this in there? There we go. Oh, we push it. Oh no. That's where the problem was last time. Oh, that's not stopping it. Oh, great. I've got to take the fan out now, don't I? It's going to go in there. This is the problem with the smaller. So I don't know if you can see there's a fan there, it just hits it. Just literally a millimeter. If we can get it in by millimeter, it would work. Vedi adesso? Sta going in. It's not working because this bit here, this rated just be here, just that much. This is this fan, so I'm just taking the fan out. I could trim this metal piece here so it goes in more, but that especially when it's cutting it down a bit more and it might not fit well. The screw hole will be in the wrong place. So I'll just take this fan out again. Right, we've now realized there's a slight problem here. The reason this power supply isn't suitable for this spot case, it does strictly say on there, the plug point here which it goes into the power, as you can see, if I turn it around, it doesn't fit in properly, so it misses it. So I've also got the CD drive there, which causes the problem as well because there's no gap on the side here for it to hide into. So when I did order this, I thought I can get away with it, but it's a slight bit of problem. I'm going to work around it now. So first thing to do, we'll get rid of this. It's not going to work. Second bit to do, I took the screws off on the side so I can loosen this up. So I'm hoping this works. I'm going to undo this, put it inside there, and then put that on tight, and then hoping there's a little hole, there's a little gap there. I'm hoping it'll fit into the gap just right, and the screw hole is positioned perfectly. So it is a way to get around it. It's just the fact that you got to be clever with the little gap here, and you know this is now redundant. Now I can't use this anymore on the, which I thought I could really do that. So that's a bit of a. I got this for about £3-4 second hand. That's useless. So we have to use the diagram first of all to find out where the fan headers will go into, and well, there you go, the fan header goes there. So it's still further away from one, okay, so it's the closest one is that one there. So hold on, no, hold on, wrong one, the furthest away. Furthest away from you, not from me. See how easily you can make a mistake? There you go, that's the cooler on, but RGB can't go on yet. Right, now I've got the LED lights and all that, lights and fan lights, everything to work. So this came with the Coolmaster CPU cooler. So I'm going to be using what they've given me to make sure all the other lights work as well, to make it a bit more fancy. It's not necessary because as long as the power going through it should work. And it's all about getting the wires in the right place and, you know, hiding it all. So this is a switch that turns the RGBs on. I'm just putting a tape on there, double-sided tape. Okay, and then off. I'm trying to hide it where the CD drive would have been. Just place it nicely so it can be easily accessible. There we go. So the good thing about this case is, as you can see, it is small, but at the same time there are some spaces that you can hide your wires into, giving you plenty of space to work around with all the wires. And I do like that. That's really good. I mean, apart from the fact that I couldn't put the other cooler in there, this cooler seems to have fitted in just nice there. And it'll just cover, and I'll show you how that gets put on in a second. Let's put the top part back on because that seems to be on this way. Okay, there we go. So the buttons will go on here, as you can probably see. That's where the RGB button will be. Probably not enough to press the button on there, is it?
It is. I could.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. So we'll screw that back on now. Halfway there, so let's get these.
Halfway? You're way over halfway.
Well, after this, we've got to make sure everything's working first. Turn on test, and then we're going to install the software.
What goes in this bit?
And nothing goes into the fan, takes the air.
Why is there nails there?
Oh no, they're for different things probably. Oh, if you had a different size fan, it will go in there. Like, you see there's 4 screws there.
Oh.
So it's quite versatile, this box. You can use it so many different ways. So now that I've got what it also tells me on the screen is it's got 1 keyboard and 1 mouse. What I was surprised about, the Bluetooth mouse that I put on there still works, and that's my Bluetooth keyboard, and mouse is just over there, which is fine, which is quite good. That leaves us to a question of basically rebooting it and setting up so it installs the software on there.
So why did you have to, like, yesterday, why did it not work?
Oh yeah, because we made a slight error. Where the power button is on the other side, you have to press the button, and that tells the motherboard, and this is the lead that I'm touching right now, it tells the motherboard to turn on. And what we've done is a common mistake by a lot of people. We've got that where right in the middle right there, we've got the wires wrong way around. So you can just about see probably there's the wires there. So orange one you can see there.
Yeah.
That was on the top, where I've got the powers wrong way around by mistake. I don't know how we did. I think we were sort of in the night time. So no, that's the only problem with it. So that started the thing off. But then we had the problem with the RAM, where the RAM light came on, which told me that there's something wrong with the RAM. So I've just put 1 in. I've got 2 of these. So I put 1 in, and that one seems to be working. I have to move it from one to another. Hopefully that will solve the problem, and I'll try the rest later. See how that goes. USB in, looked on the BIOS and boot startup, so it now started up with this, which is quite good. Although I didn't tell it to select the USB, it automatically did it from there for some reason. Because on the boot sequence it did say from the M.2 SSD, so I don't know how it picked up that, but it picked it up. So we're going to carry on installing the Windows 10. And by the way, you can get the Windows 10 from the website, free download first, and then you just need to get the key later on if you wanted to. That's probably for another tutorial. Okay, so now we still got the machine on, and what we've got is Windows being installed. If you can see clearly there you go. Windows 10 Pro is going to be installed. I haven't bought the key yet. I'll buy the key. I think it's only about £10 I think to buy those keys, and that's it. It's still going, and this is the longest time you'll probably take, not making the machine, but to get an installation done, which you don't see a lot of these in YouTube videos, but it does take a while. Okay, so now all we're doing now is updating Windows. We're sort of logged in and we're ready to go. Alright, now I've got the machine working. It's just doing some updates and stuff, so it's all fine there. Problem that I'm actually having, well, what I was having is that getting that hard drive inside the little gap there, where the 2 screws would have gone about there and there, but it doesn't match up because where the power supply is there, I can't get it into the gap properly. So the hard drive had to be moved more to this way. So because we moved this way, the hole doesn't match up, but it stays in there, which is not going to come off. So I'm just going to screw it all back on. Right, just a quick unboxing. Of my new graphics card. Now, this just come from Amazon today. I've just noticed all this new packaging has been opened, which I was quite surprised by. I have called them up. I'm going to test it out to see if it still works. So. Right, now here we go. I have put a spare hard drive on there, 500 gig. I actually took this out of a Skybox, and it seems to be working fine. Easy way to get some storage space. Now this is the card. It's got the polythene still on there. I haven't taken that off yet. I just want to see if it fits in. As I said, the pin was slightly broken or bent. First thing to do is to make space. Now, it's not tricky. Push everything back as possible on here. Right, now I've got to get this into this gap. I really didn't think this through. This is the headers for the power supply, actually for the fans. As this only had 3, I used one for the fan here and one for the motor there. That left me with one more, which I used for that fan there, the LED fan, which is fine. But because it had a spare fan on the side, which is actually inside there, I moved it to the outside, because otherwise I cannot put the radiator inside. So this is one split into 3. As you can see, this is the main one, and there are 3 left in this. I can put some more fans on there if I ever need to, which I doubt I will, because I think there's plenty in there, and it's a very airy case, which is fine now. Mistake I made, I should have put this on after I put the headers on. Not a problem, it's just a bit tricky to get to. Makes all the sense, doesn't it? It just looks nice. I love the case where it sort of slots in very easy. Job done. I have the 2 screws there, I'll put on later. Now let's put the plugs back on. Power, which I haven't turned it on. Straight. This will be connected to the TV that I've got in my little playroom. So put it under the HDMI. This way, turn the TV on. Okay, plug back on. Leave it as it is, we'll just turn it on. What's up here? There we go, we've got success. With the first screen on there. If I put the keyboard, it's a wireless keyboard. Okay, here we go. So, see if it works. Okay. Got the welcome screen. I haven't tuned the graphics at all anyway. So let's have a look to see what it looks. This looks very, very big. Icons on here. It's a very big icon, so let's have a just installing the drivers and everything else that goes with this graphics card. Just finished off installing the driver or express install. There we go. So when that's done, we'll do some testing to see if we can play any games at all on this. And let's see what sort of features does it have. Right, this is a game test. As you can see on the right hand side, the frame per second and the stats are all there. So the only thing I've noticed with this motherboard maybe is the problem, it's got the Bluetooth, but the range of the Bluetooth isn't as good, so I have to literally keep my controller quite close to the computer itself. But when I'm close enough, it seems to be doing alright. I mean, the movement is quite smooth. Now Gears of War is a bit of a, it's got 4K capability and stuff, but still, even then, I have to play on 1080p to get the best quality out of this. Now, I can see straight away, it's quite smooth. Well, there you go, that's quite a victory. So the frame rate is really good on this. Oh, not bad. Not bad for the first test. Alright, now for the Fortnight. As you can see, the frame on the top right hand side going about 60 FPS. Now I'm no expert on Fortnite, I must say, so I'll be just trying out to see how the frame rate works. And I missed it. Okay. Ooh. Alright, this is interesting. It's quite good. The movement is quite smooth. I must also close you now. Oh dear. Gotta follow in. Right, so quite pleased with the graphics card.